G'day everyone, and welcome back to Vintage Survival on Spakovo. It's harvest season, guys. We have a lot of harvesting to do today. Right now we're getting the canola out of our first field, and then we'll head over to that field, get all the canola out of that, and then we need to get onto our 2 wheat fields. Now I was hoping to buy another field of wheat if I could find one, but the closest one was a bit out of my price range, unfortunately. I also need another field of grass just to make sure that the goats have some feed coming, because they'll be starting to chew into the 2 hay bales that we have outside of their little enclosure over there. And what's this we're coming up to here? Whoa, look at that. We have our very own grain mill. Now once I'm done harvesting, I'll show you the mod that comes from. I also bought us a new trailer to cart any bales of things around. But right now, priority is to get the canola and the wheat into the grain mill. We're going to start producing some canola oil and some flour. So I was originally going to buy a silo to store all of the grain or all the crop in, but I do not believe we're going to get more than it would be able to hold in the mill of each crop at the moment. So as of right now, I believe the grain mill will hold 27,000 litres of both crops, and seeing as we're probably a third through this field right now and we're only at 1,500, I'm going to assume we're not going to get an insane return on our investment. Not this time anyway. If we get a few extra fields, make a few extra field purchases, maybe if we can pick up an extra wheat field or an extra canola field after doing some contracts off camera, that might be the way to go. There is a small barley field just over there that I'm interested in purchasing. I was going to buy it, harvest the barley, either chuck it in the mill and get barley flour or just sell it, and then replant it with grass, and that was going to be my little grass field. But I think we might just buy a grass field first. We don't need an exuberant amount. Exorbitant? I don't know the word. But we're going to get all this harvesting done. And then, we're over 2,000. That's not too shabby. I believe it's a 2-to-1 ratio for canola oil. So we're going to get, if we can get 5,000 litres of canola, that's 2,500 litres of canola oil, which will be insanely good for us. Plus I've never really done productions before, so I'm kind of interested in getting into it. Although in saying that, if we get close to 4,000 on this, we're going to get quite a bit off the bigger field, at least double, I would assume. But everything's going to go into that grain mill right there. I've turned all of the other things in the greenhouse off, so we're just growing lettuces now. We got 2 pallets over there, I believe. I think one's full. I don't know if the other one is. I don't know if that just deposits full pallets or if it's the half one. We've got a bunch of eggs. That'll be good to sell in November, but we'll probably just chuck them on a trailer, get some money and see if we can't buy a big harvestable field. Got a little bit of goat's milk, nothing too drastic. I still don't think we have 1,000 litres yet, which is good because I don't have the cheese factory and I don't have anywhere near enough money for the cheese factory. So, or the cheese production I should say, more so than the cheese factory. This will be good if this takes up. It's going to be just more than the harvester can hold. Or maybe not. Get this little bit. Waste not, want not. It didn't even give us anything, that's fine. I don't think I'll be able to get this. Oh, I can. I'm pretty happy with this amount of canola. Let's just reverse and get it while we're here. No point going all the way back. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this amount of canola. I didn't think I was going to get that much. If I can get 10,000 litres total from both fields, that's insane. It is going to be just more than a full tanker. Like literally a litre more, give or take. Now, let's see if I can break this. Hopefully it works. Kadinga. Yes. And I should just be able to dump this straight out. I shouldn't even need a trailer. Look at that. So that's 3,500 litres of canola going straight into the grain mill. Now it's saving. That's good. Good to know. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Slowly filling up. That's got to be beautiful. And it's already working because I already told it to go. Yeah, I'm just doing lettuce. Alright, well let's get the rest of this canola done. I do want to say, to those of you that have been watching this series and have started watching the new series that I just started, the Broke to Barren Challenge, that was created by Farmer Donkey and is being done by a fair few farming creators actually. Farming sim creators are doing them. Milk That Hen, Rusty Money Gaming are two that I've been paying particular attention to. I'm sure there's others and I'll catch up with them at a later time. But I'll put a link in the description to that video. And I'd appreciate it if you'd go check it out. It's a good time. It's a whole bunch of rule sets and things, different tiers that you have access to different things to buy and use. So it's pretty cool. Oh, look what happened there. Definitely didn't drive into that the other day. But what can you do? Hey tree. So yeah, if you like the stuff that I'm doing, let me know down below. If there's sort of a series or a challenge you'd like me to take on, or something you think that would be fun. I don't like the things that are overly difficult, I would say. I don't like really doing extremely hard things because I do still want to relax and enjoy the game. But I'm also thinking of doing a playthrough on the Judith Plains map, which is a massive 4x map set in Montana, I think it is. and I'm kind of thinking of doing something with, they have a Yingling beer or lager factory there. A brewery is the word I was looking for. Good job. And I kind of want to do a series where I own that and try and bring that back to its former glory type of thing. But it's a big undertaking, it's a big map, and I've never worked with any real big machinery. I sort of always just use this stuff. So, I don't know, that could be something I just do on live streams when I inevitably pick up doing live streams again, because just recording and editing 3 series in the limited time I have, plus trying to get back into my other simulator games that I've been playing on the channel. It's just taken up what little spare time I do have. So right now these are the focus, this and the Broke to Barren challenge, and the other one might just be something I come up with eventually after doing a bit more research into the map and trial and error with things. But what I might do is I'll set you on a quick little time lapse of this field, and then I'll see you at the end when we're on our way to do the wheat. Alright, welcome back guys. Coming up to our first wheat field right here. Now I was thinking, I was gonna set this off on a worker, but I feel like it'll just be, wait, we have a baler now. Let's make some straw bales, hey? Why not? It's not going to hurt us. We could use it for something, I'm sure. If not to just sell. But yeah, that's almost, I'd say just under 9,000 total, or just over 8,000 total canola if my maths was correct. 2 full loads of 3.5 and then another 1,300 or so. And then this one, I don't know if we'll get as much wheat out of it. Although it seems to be filling up pretty quick. Again, if I can get a full tank out of these skinny little fields, I'll 100% take it. And then we'll just have to look into what we want to do next. If we want to do wheat, if we want to just do 4 fields of canola. Wheat's good to have to feed the chickens with, but they also don't take much, so it's really not that expensive just to buy a couple of bags. I've got a mod that allows us to buy, I think it's 5 hand liftable packets of chicken feed for $375 for 250 litres. So I'll just buy 2 of those. It's half the price of a big bag and half the quantity, and it gets us a full chicken coop with a little bit left over. So I feel like that's currently an okay thing to keep doing. Don't really need to give them any food as yet. I've just refilled it. So pretty much all the wheat that we get out of this is going straight into the mill to make flour. I would assume flour is worth more than just wheat. So wheat at its max is 711 per 1,000 litres. Yeah, so even at its weakest, flour's worth more. But I think it takes... Oh, it's really not that bad at all. It's almost 1-to-1. So that's a pretty good return, I think. We've nearly got 2 trips up and down, and we've got over 50%, so that's good. Just let that swath finish. Now, as I said, I was going to put this on a worker, and that was purely to... Oops, I hate doing that. That's my fault. I wasn't paying attention. But I was going to put it on a worker purely to go ahead and start cultivating the other fields. But I can kind of do that off camera, or do that in another episode when we're getting the fields ready to seed. Now I might have a look and see what contracts there are to do. We're going to need the trailer. I honestly did not think I would. Not for this first field anyway. We're going to need it before we come back. We're not even going to make it halfway back before we need it. Sure. God, it really drops that swath straight away. Alright, let's get back in this. I left the motor running because who needs to pay for fuel, hey? I mean, I do, but you know, that's on me. So we'll get this emptied into the grain mill. Get that canola oil going. I thought it had one already out. I was going to lose my mind. So we just dump this in there. How much canola oil we got? Yeah, we've got, oh, it's relatively quick actually. Does 3,600 a month. Wow. Yeah, so we'll end up with just over 8,000 litres. So we should get 4,000 litres of canola oil, which will be worth in November. Ooh, that's a good chunk of money. Let's see if there's any canola fields. Nope. I feel like canola's the way to go. Just do 4 full fields of canola next time maybe. Or just get another couple of plots of land. We can always figure it out when we get to seeding. Right now we need to focus on harvesting. This is the field of barley right here that I want to get. I can afford it right now, or I think I could before I bought the trailer, but the trailer for all the pallets, but it wouldn't take much, I don't think. We'll do a couple of quick harvesting contracts, see if there's any extra bonuses. We'll just have to go over ours. Hey, we didn't hit the swath. That's awesome. Hopefully we can not hit the swath on this and get the seed in the trailer. No. Bugger. Okay. Oh, nearly damaged the crop. There we go. So that's a full load. The trailer takes 4,000, I think, so no matter what I do, we might have to upgrade the trailer. I think I've already upgraded it. I think it's already as big as it'll get. Yeah, 3,800. So we need to find something. We can't buy that. That's 2020. It's 2,000. We're going to have to find a bigger trailer. That's a shame. Or we'll just have to suffer for now. So what I'll do is I'll send this guy. I'll send him on a trip back here. You can just go that way. Get this done. There he goes. Send the worker off. I don't mind using him for that. To just send it away. Or you can drive it back to the farm, or drive it to the delivery point if we're selling it. Especially if it's a bigger field. It just saves 5 or 10 minutes. But this is good. That's 3,500 litres from 3 and a bit passes. We've probably got, I'd say, 2 full passes left. So we should get at least, I'd say, 2,500 litres in this. So it looks like there could be a lot of wheat just do that. And he's done, that's good. Just get this finished here, so that the swath I start isn't out here like that and just getting run over by every Tom, Dick and Harry, you know. Oh, it'll be close to 2,500. I reckon that last row's a bit skinny. So maybe not. We might get 2,000 instead. Either way, that's 5,500 litres of wheat from this field. And that field's the same width roughly, but a little bit longer. So I'll confidently say we'll get 10,000 litres of... Oh, actually, it's quite skinny, that one. We probably won't get 10,000 litres. We'll probably get roughly the same. About 8,000 wheat, I reckon. And then we'll have a look at the end if what we want to do. See if there's contracts that I can quickly get done. Probably not. This video will probably just be harvesting, if I'm honest. Harvesting and then maybe getting the canola fields ready. Our cultivator's pretty big, so we could probably cultivate all 4 fields, if I'm honest. I might surprise myself, actually. We're going to at least get a couple of 100 litres in this strip. Yeah, I'd say overall, because that's what now, 5,600. We might get close to 10. I was hoping I'd get 6,000 alone from this field, but it doesn't look that way. Looks like we're going to get just under. And I might also buy a roller, just see if we can get that yield up a fraction more. Almost 6,000 litres. That's not too shabby at all. Now another thing I was thinking is, do we sell our fields? Sort of a self-imposed rule that I didn't really speak much about was I didn't want to just be able to flip fields, like buy a field with a ready crop, harvest it and then sell it. I want to make it so I have to have harvested, planted and then harvested again. And that's kind of what all these fields are, because these are just the original fields. I believe I harvested them and now I've seeded them. So now I could turn, if anything, I would turn the big one into a grass field, so that we never have to worry about grass. And then I don't really know if it would be worth it. I feel like if we just sell the eggs, sell the lettuce, get everything ready to go, and then we'd probably be alright. I have a real bad habit of not turning the engines off. So I'm just especially leaving it running like that. It's crazy. So that's just another almost 2,500 in that. So we'll head into this field. They mustn't be very good. I don't have precision farming on, so the soil type doesn't matter. What yield am I getting? Yeah, 97% extra. Or 97% yield. And that's because I don't have a roller, so. But this would be good if I can get close to 3,000 litres out of just this one field. Then we've got almost 10. Or just over 9. So we should comfortably get 9,000 litres a week. Which will be, if I divide that by 5, be like 18, so 7,200 litres of flour. Because it'd be 1,800, 3,600, 5,400, 7,200 and 9,000. So we'll get, if 5 wheat make 4 flour, we'll get 80% back as flour. So if my maths is correct, if not, then hey, who knows? That's just how I imagine it works. But we'll get this field done. And then we can't cultivate these fields because we need to bale up the straw. I would love to buy this field next to us. Which is how much? I think it's a bit out of our range. That's doable. A few contracts in, that's pretty easily done. And then we can make that a combined hectare. It'll be an entire hectare field, because I'll get rid of that in the middle. We'll cultivate it all up, make it all one field. That might be a way to go. It's either that or that one next to that wheat there, which is probably a bit cheaper. Right now, getting this in the grain mill. Yeah, we got half a tank from one trip down, so cannot complain about that at all. Oh, I'm going off course. I was half paying attention. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do. I don't want to sell the land. I'm pretty confident I don't want to sell this land just yet. I want to buy a bunch of fields because we need to own the land anyway. So selling it just defeats the purpose. Like, I'd love to make just a bunch of massive fields. It's alright, we'll get to the end of this. It's got a decent swath out there, so the straw bales will get sold for a little bit. Get that swath sorted. Finish that there. It literally comes out almost instantly. There we go. I'd also be interested in buying a bit of land that's got some trees on it, but There's sort of, I much prefer doing the crops and the production. Oh, damaged crop. I wasn't paying attention. That's alright, we didn't get that much. Oops, this needs to go back. I should have sent him off to do that before. That's alright. Yeah, if I can buy a couple of these fields, that one would be pretty good to have as well. Kind of any grass fields I get, if it's a decent size, I'm just going to leave it as a grass field. Because I want that. I need grass for the goats. So, I'm pretty sure that's wheat there, it's just not ready to harvest. It's ready next month, so we might have to get into that. I don't want all these videos to be the same thing of me doing mowing contracts and things like that. I know it gets a bit dull seeing all that, so I just try to... Is that gonna... Right. I just try to keep it a little bit, you know. I would be bored watching the same contracts happen over and over and over and over again. And I also don't want to play the same things over and over again. I understand that doing them helps, but I'd hate to be, it kind of defeats the purpose of it being survival if you can just keep... Oh, well, off camera I did 55 contracts and got $200,000. You know what I mean? Like, I do a couple, anything that's worth my actual time. And I bet there's a couple that would be worth it today. Not that one. See, like these big mowing contracts I would do, because I can get them done pretty quick. And that'd be 11 grand, which would be more than enough to get us land somewhere maybe in the next month or so. Especially if I sell the eggs. If I can hold off on the eggs until November, that would be fantastic. Get this filled up, because this is going to be another full trailer load, almost. I'm also trying to keep these videos relatively short for you guys, so I'm trying to get out of the time-lapse into montage type thing. I know I tend to ramble, but it's me trying to figure out what I'm going to do while I'm doing it, because I tend not to plan ahead, really. We'll go here again. And get this started. But yeah, I tend not to think too much about what I'm going to do before I start recording. I just kind of jump into it and hope for the best, really. I just have the main goals of knowing that I wanted to get this harvested and into the grain mill, and then buy more land potentially. So off camera I might do those mowing contracts. I also want to buy a roller. I need to get the fields ready, but I'll see what happens. We'll get this whole harvest thing done. Oh, that was me sending the tractor. I already forgot what I hired a worker to do. I thought I was doing this and then I was also paying a worker, but I was. He was driving. This is good. If we can get another 2,000 litres out of this, that's gold. Because we got just under 6 for the first one. I think this is a bit too skinny. There we go. So if we get 2,500 litres out of this, that's over 10,000. It's over 10. Oh, it's 9,000. Dang it. But we'll get a good chunk of flour from it, which can only be good. We'll let it chug away for a couple of months while we get the harvest ready, or get the fields ready for the next crop to go in. I kind of want to do something different as opposed to just wheat and canola again. But I know that that's now what I'm making, so if anything, I think canola is going to be definitely going in. I think we're going to end up with over 11,000 because we got 5,500. We got just under 6 the first time, and we're going to get probably over 6 this time. Wow. That's fantastic yield. That is incredible. Good job. Alright, let's get this back. Dump the remaining 2,700 wheat into the grain mill. Make sure our goats have water. Still don't think we're at 1,000 litres of milk there yet. We could even buy more goats. Buy more goats, buy this little grass field, get a couple. We won't even get a couple of bales out of that. We might get one if we're lucky. But we've got the ram in there, so they should be breeding soon. But that is all our harvesting done for this year. At least of our own crop. So we'll dunk that into there. We'll go park up the harvester. I just want to know how much we're getting in there. Yeah, we got over 11,000. Probably nearly 12,000. We probably got 12,000 total. Which is crazy. So that's... I'm not going to be able to figure that out. That's like... Yeah, I don't know. Because if it was 10,000, it would be 2,000 litres. Oh. It's 2,400. So we're going to get about 9,600 flour, give or take, if my maths is correct. And this is how it works. Then that's what's happening. Why does it not work down? Is it just me not being in the right spot? Yep, it is. User error. Yeah, see, look at that. It's plowing through it. So canola oil, it does 3,600 a month. And wheat flour does 2,400 a month. Okay. So we'll just look at the total there. Yeah, we definitely had over 12,000 litres a week. That's cool. I was not expecting that amount at all. But I will take it for sure. Alright, we'll get the trailer packed in. There we go. Get him parked up. How much water's this got? Heaps of water. You guys. And this is the chicken feed. That's just a mod. They got 500 litres left. Let's look at the price of stuff. Okay, so canola oil is best in December, which is good. We can let that happen. Eggs, we've got 7 grand worth right now. Lettuce is good in February. Yeah, we'll just keep everything for now. We'll turn this tractor off. And there we go. And I will call it there, guys. I think I'll go and look around. Do a couple of contracts off camera. Those 2 mowing contracts specifically. And then I'll look at starting to cultivate the fields. We need to buy a roller. If I've got one that's worth it. That's 800 bucks for 3 meters. Sure. Sure, we'll go with that. I like it the other way, actually. We'll do that. And then just have a grey roller. There we go. So we'll buy that. So we know we've got that for next time. I didn't even check. Yeah, 1970. But yeah, I think we'll call it there, guys. If you like the video, don't forget to just give it a thumbs up. It helps out tremendously. There's been a lot of new people coming across. Not sure why, but I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that watches. Subscribe for more. It's going to be coming out hopefully 2 videos a week. I'm going to try my best. And yeah, any views, any shares, any subs, anything helps me keep kind of convincing the wife that it's alright to do it, to lose sleep over. So yeah, thanks guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.